Hello friends, welcome to APPSC Group 1 Essay Writing. This is class number 5. So far we have discussed 4 classes where we have discussed about what is APPSC expectations in the first, how to write introduction, body and conclusion. Now what are the most important points that you have to remember when you are writing an essay? Always remember these points in your head before going into the examination hall. So what are the things? Always remember the first thing, framework. You should never forget the framework. I have already discussed in depth what is this framework in our earlier videos. So just like now look at this, whenever you go to Statue of Unity, it will be very beautiful for our eyes. Why it will be beautiful? Look at the way in which this statue is made. Everything was beautifully carved. The head, the body, the lower part of the body, and the connecting points, the neck and the torso. So our essay has to be like this. Introduction for, here the head for our essay is introduction. This is body. This is also lower part of the body. Whenever you are writing the bodies, whenever you are shifting the paragraphs, there should be interlinking words. I already said feet is the conclusion. And for the conclusion again you have ankles, which are connecting points. So connecting paragraph should be used, connecting words has to be used, body has to be maintained, introduction has to be there, and conclusion has to be there. So answer writing, first thing that you have to remember in essay is, we should never deviate from the framework. What is the framework? Just remember the human body, head, body, and feet with the connecting points. So introduction should be there, body should be there, conclusion should be there. Between introduction and body, there should be a connecting paragraph. And between the body and conclusion, there should be a connecting paragraph like torso or ankles, and then conclusion is the feet. And feet has to be always optimistic. So make your feet walking in the optimistic direction. Then we will be successful in life. So essay should also be like that. Next, second thing that always you have to remember is, whenever you are writing the body in paragraphs, the paragraphs has to be substantiated. What do I mean by substantiating the paragraphs? Substantiating the paragraphs means, always remember, you have to say whether it is correct or not, whatever you are using is correct or not. That you have to make. So what is substantiation? Just having a head, body and feet is not essay. It should have substantiations. Why? If there is no substantiations, still the framework will be there. Head will be there, body will be there, feet will be there. But what will be missing is the flesh and blood will be lost. If there is no flesh and blood in the essay writing, if there is no flesh and blood for essay writing, then your essay appears malnourished. Your essay appears malnourished. Hence, look at this kid and this kid. This kid has head, body and conclusion. These kids have head, body and conclusion, that is feet. But the difference is, this kid is malnourished. Now I have taken this photo from Yemen, which is a war zone. As a result, people doesn't have food to eat. People are starved. Children are particularly starved, and they are facing malnutrition. Hence, as a result, this is your malnourished answer. So look at this. This is from European countries, particularly the Scandinavian countries. I have taken this. Look at them. They have very chubby. The reason is they have nutrition. What is nutrition? They take they have flesh and blood. So that is what your answer should be. Your essay should not appear like this. Your essay should appear like this. Because if essay is appearing like this, people feel pity of you and pity of your essay. Here they will feel wondered. So you have to wonder the people, not make pity. Right? People should not feel pity by looking at your answer. They should wonder, okay, how beautifully they have written. Otherwise, this will be just like this git. So what I mean to say is, substantiation is nothing but adding flesh and blood to the body. Adding flesh and blood to the answer. What is the flesh and blood? Here the flesh and blood comes from eating. So what is the flesh and blood in answer writing? So flesh and blood is giving real life examples from the Hindu, not from regular newspapers. Taking data is a flesh and blood. Substantiating by using statistics. Writing some quotations. Writing some case studies. Writing some DPSPs or constitutional provisions. Writing some reports. So these are all substantiations for every paragraph. So whenever you are building the body, whenever building the head, whenever you are building the neck or the feet, make sure that the body is substantiated with examples, real life examples, data, statistics, codes, all these things should be there. Otherwise, it is a skeleton. That is not a human body, it is a skeleton. Skeleton with flesh and blood makes human body quite brilliant. So you have to ensure that your answer is having this substantiation. After this, what is the next thing that you have to have is, the next thing that you should have is coherence or systematic arrangement. So first one is framework. Remember this first one as framework. Second one is substantiation. The third one is coherence. Coherence means on the top it has to be head, on the body, and then conclusion. Then it has to come with coherent manner. Coherent manner means there will be heart, there will be lungs, there will be kidneys, there will be liver, there will be pancreas, then intestines. So like this, there will be some systematic arrangement inside the human body. So your argument has to be systematic in the body. What do I mean by that? Start with ancient, medieval, modern, contemporary. Start with family, individual, family, community, state, and the nation and the global. Start with the local, regional, state, national, and global. Next one is start with something called history, then come to geography, then come to the so-called polity, then speak about governance, then speak about international relations, speak about economic development, speak about science and technology, speak about environment, speak about internal security, speak about ethics and morals. So like that, you have to systematically arrange your answer writing in the body. After this, there has to be smooth transition, that is interlinking words. That is what I said. Interlinking has to be very, very perfect, right? So whenever you are there has to be interlinking. Otherwise, smooth transition, if there is no smooth transition, obviously it will be bumpy. Now reader will lose the interest. So use interlinking words. What are those words? I have already said what are those. Now, originality of ideas. Don't copy the ideas directly from some other people or some other content. Read the content and try to express in your way. Read and express in your way. Think and come out with freshness of ideas. Then that is going to be helpful. So what are the things that I said so far? Framework, substantiations, coherence, smooth transition, originality of ideas. After this, never ever deviate from the main theme. That is most important in essay, because as it is a very long answer, we start very safely, but in the middle we divert. In the middle we divert and we will reach to a market where we are not knowing anything, right? So we have to keep in mind the main theme, what we are writing. Don't divert. If you are diverting the theme, then it is going to be a disaster. If you are diverting from the concept, that is going to be a disaster. Hence, always remember the path that you are going on. Always remember, focus on what you are writing. Otherwise, it will be just like in confusion, you are making the reader to come into confusion, right? Now, what this reader will feel, if he is confused, he is going to say, Namaskaram, right? Now, you are striving very hard to explain in what direction the essay is being written, but this guy is not understanding anything, and you are sitting in the same place. This will be our thing. So whenever you are writing essay, make sure you are going in a dedicated path. Don't deviate the path and don't deviate the reader. If the reader is deviated, he will not be understanding in which market he is present, where he is present. Once if he is landed into that, obviously it is going to be a chaos, right? It is going to be a disaster. So remember that. So always try to reinforcement from the same idea. So don't deviate. Very, very important. Next thing is, don't write only on one topic. Always have group of ideas. So this means don't extensively focus on one and don't give least importance to others. For example, if I am good at history, half of my essay will be with history data. No, that should not be the thing. Essay is cohesively arranging different ideas. I already said. So you have to present different ideas belonging to history, geography, environment, social, science and technology, society, social justice. You give equal importance to each and everything. If you think that the essay is too large, at least take some 5 to 6 components and try to fulfill give that equality for all these 6 subjects. So that is what most important is. So group of ideas, don't focus excessively on one domain. Right, just like a train has different bogies, your idea has to be different. Next one, don't write grammatical errors or sentence errors. So how to overcome grammatical errors and sentence errors? Write simple sentences. Your sentences has to be simple. Don't make complex sentences or compound sentences. Simple sentence, subject, object, verb, done. Right. So use simple sentences. The word sentence should not have more than 4 to 5 words. Then grammatical errors and sentence errors are going to be overcome. Next one is don't write extreme arguments. Don't write extreme arguments. Don't write unpopular arguments saying that Godse has done a correct thing killing Gandhi. This is an extreme statement. So don't tread this. You might be having your own personal opinion, but keep it your personal. Don't make it public. At least when you are writing the answers. So don't write extreme. Madhyantar Marga is the best thing of Buddha. So to follow the same thing. So these are the things that we have to focus when you are writing an answer. So always remember these things. The first one is the framework. The second one is substantiations. The third one is coherent arrangement. Fourth one is smooth transition. Fifth one is originality of the ideas. Sixth one is never focus or never deviate from your focus point. Next one is don't focus excessively on one domain. Next one is minimize the errors. Last one is keep the middle path. Don't tilt to the extreme things. These are the things that you have to be very careful when you are writing essay. So these are the points that we have to remember. So when you please note it down, and whenever you are writing an essay, just think about these points and then you can write answer writing. In my next video, what I am going to do is I am going to tell you what exactly you have to do when essay question is before you. Steps to be followed to write an essay. That will be the next point of discussion. Thank you for joining.